So you just saw a Ford GT crash. In order for this to all make sense, we have to go back around 4 years to November. So the car season's wrapping up, starting to become fall, nearly winter, and you're not going to see as many cars out, especially in New England, because our weather here isn't great. So we head up to a Cars and Coffee in a great location, the big strip, big highway kind of area where you can fly out of there, nice parking lot. And I was expecting a bunch of nice cars since it's the last day of the season. And I was correct. Saw an SVJ, Ford GT, a bunch of nice Ferraris, Lamborghinis, plenty of other cars there. And it was all just going like a normal Cars and Coffee would. Everybody would pull in, park up, people were leaving normally. Wasn't really expecting anything to happen. Except I did have a little feeling in my gut for some reason that there was gonna be a crash that day. And I normally never have that feeling. And I guess my gut was right that day, because I was on the other side of the street and I saw a 2005 Ford GT pull out. And for some reason in my head, I actually said, I feel like this guy's gonna crash, and I have no idea why. And then all of a sudden, he's accelerating normally out, and then he spins. He starts spinning. I see a bunch of tire smoke, and all of a sudden he's gone off into a bush, and I cannot believe it. That actually just happened. A Ford GT just spun out at Cars and Coffee, nearly hit people in front of me. And thankfully nobody was hit, nobody was harmed at all, but still, it was an insane thing to see. So instantly after this crash, everybody realizes what happened from down the street, and everybody starts running up the street to see the damage. Now this Ford GT is up in a restaurant bush right down the street from where the show was taking place, and he was lucky to not actually hit anything except the bush. He went over a little bit of a curb and landed up there, kind of took away some of the damage from his car, hitting a bush instead of anything solid. And while all this is happening, I'm still on the other side of the street in absolute shock that I just saw a Ford GT spin out in front of me, hit a bush at Cars and Coffee. Now everybody is running over there. This is absolutely insane. And one of the craziest parts for me is that I actually caught it on video. I had the video of him pulling out, spinning out, and hitting into the bush. And even though it's not the best angle there, it's still crazy that I got that on video. Now here's where the story gets way more interesting. So that event takes place on a highway. There's been other people that have nearly spun out and things in the past because it makes sense. There's a big strip. Some people come and like to show off. Some people just get unlucky and they spin the wheels and they can go out. But this is the crazy part. A few years before, somebody else had a Ford GT there. And I'm not sure if it was the same Ford GT, if it was a different one, but it was a 2005 Ford GT. And this guy accelerates out of the meet, this exact same show, a few years before, and he spins out and he hits the barrier between the highway, the two sides of the highway. He hits it and is all scraped up and he pulls off. And you think that's probably the only time that's ever gonna happen, especially with the Ford GT at that specific meet. From now on, people are gonna learn their lesson and not do that again. But this guy, in another Ford GT, possibly the same one, he pulls out of the meet, spins out and hits the bush nearly in the exact same spot. It's crazy. So if we take a look here in the slow motion replay of this crash, you can see that it looks like he starts to lose his grip on his tires, probably because they're not warmed up. He begins to spin out and lose control. You can see the people starting to run away now. He goes off and into this bush, and it was this guy that got an insane angle. Luckily, he was not hit because it was so close. Probably the closest I've ever seen someone be to getting hit by a car on video. The Ford GT spins out, misses him by like 1 inch. This guy, genuinely so lucky to get away with zero damage to himself. So do you think that that was the tires not being warmed up, driver error, or maybe the car itself having an issue to spin out like that at a Cars and Coffee? So that's just one story that I had from a few years ago. I thought I'd share it with you guys because I just was thinking about it recently. I was thinking about how crazy that was, that I needed to do another video on it just to update you guys on it. I think the thing you can learn from this is that when you're at a Cars and Coffee at a car show, just be aware of the cars accelerating out, like have somewhere to move if they're gonna come, because possibly there's always that one guy that might spin out, you never know. So it's always good to just have a little area to step back into instead of just sitting down on the side of the road, because if you're there and that guy, some guy comes out and spins out, it's over for you. Hope you enjoyed this different style video, little short story about the Ford GT crash. If you want to see more of these kind of videos and some more vlogs, let me know in the comments. Hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys. Peace.